Today was not a good day. It was not a good day today. Quite a bad day, actually. I really didn't feel good today at all. And to be fair, I had one of my fears actually crawl back on my back and almost caused me to have a panic attack while being at work. I mean, it wasn't close, but like there was like one like moment at work where I was like just standing in the store and I was basically just looking straight down an aisle and I saw like nothing but just a blurred vision. Today was supposed to be the Godrun part 258, but instead, well, you now have to listen to me once again while this music plays in the background. But there's another part. There's one thing that I learned with the lesson of accepting that I'm human, that I need to accept when I'm not able to perform, or when I'm not able to give what I need to give, which would be today. The thing is, I would have, like, if I actually went for a normal stream today, I would have only been here for maybe like 1 to 2 hours, man. I would have gone for one attempt, and one attempt only, to get Elden Ring hitlist done once again. I would have only gone for one attempt. Because tomorrow I have to work from 7 AM until 1 PM, because my boss actually messed up the plan with the shift, so I'm gonna have to wake up at 5:40 AM, so it would not have been a very long stream anyway, because I had to work until 7 PM today. It's been a long day for me. My parents were at the hospital with my dad, and I don't exactly know what the current stand of affairs is. I don't know if he actually got accepted into it or not, but that doesn't matter. What I'm here to say is of course I want to apologize that I'm not capable for, even if it would have been only just an hour or only 2 hours, man. But I want to be real, and I want to be honest, and today would not have been a day where I would have been able to perform properly. I would not have been able to. And like I said, I had my abandonment fear crawling on my back today again. I had that crawling on my back. And when I'm saying abandonment fear, I'm of course talking about my current relationship, me and Ali. I think recent events where, well, it wasn't like there wasn't a fight between me and Ali specifically, but again, there were some things that happened here in the channel between her and some channel members, which I guess in some kind of a way basically still makes it a conflict between me and Ali, even though it isn't, but it still happens on my platform, on my channel, so it's something that I need to take care of. It's something that I have to handle, and it's something that also influences my relationship with Nelly, whether I like that or not. I didn't sleep well this night. I heard my parents talk and kind of argue in a sense, not really heavily, but it was loud. I didn't really sleep a lot this night. Had to work 10 hours, man. It was overall just not a good day. Didn't sleep good. I didn't actually know where my mother was for half of the day because she just didn't reply to any of the messages. I messaged Nelly as well. She didn't reply in that moment, and I was at a different location than I usually am today as well. it all just kind of contributed into today just being a bad day. Just a bad day in mood, a bad day in atmosphere, a bad day in emotion. But I think there's something that I can take from this day. Because one thing that I've now observed, like, after sitting down here in this chair, hey sweetheart, welcome to the stream. Or welcome to this small little conversation. When I sat down in this chair, I did actually see one thing as well, maybe also a flaw. No, it is a flaw. No doubt about it, it is in fact a flaw, and that flaw is, I also get influenced by what I saw on social media. I did get influenced, and my state, my mood, like that feeling of, well, that fear of abandonment, the reason why that was there is because I also got influenced by something that I saw on social media. You guys probably know it, or maybe you don't. I don't actually know. I just recently saw it like popping up. There's a meme called "All Roads Lead to Rome," and basically, what that meme is trying to say is that when being in a relationship, it always ends the same. It's a meme. And I also got influenced by that, man. Because I won't lie, I did actually get quite a few signs in the past with how my path went, with how I went about things, with how this journey progressed. I got numerous signs as to how things went and what I was supposed to do next. From social media as well. But this time, after analyzing, I can see clearly that I was influenced by really nothing at all. I was influenced by an empty hand. I was influenced by empty words. By a meme. By a goddamn meme. I got influenced by that, man. That showed me my fear, though. That showed me how big my fear really is. My fear is so big. So big that just a single meme, or like just a few of them, was able to pull me down so harshly, making me believe that I was gonna lose the person that I love for no reason at all. And I think this really goes to show, really, that I think that's the point that I need to attack next. That fear of abandonment. Of course, no matter what happens, losing a person that you love deeply is the most painful thing there is. I know that from experience. It's the most painful thing there is. There's nothing more painful than losing a loved one. Whether it's because somebody deceases, because somebody, well, passed away, or because somebody leaves you. It's, no matter what, it's the most painful thing there is, by far. It's the most painful thing. There's nothing more painful than losing a loved one. It's nothing more painful. And it's clear to me that that is a fear that I have. And the reason why I'm so afraid of that is because I think back to how I felt, and I think back to how I treated myself. I think back to all of them, and I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to being in that state. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to feel that again. I don't want to. So, in that desperate, like, state where I'm trying to not let that happen again to me, I had these daydreaming nightmares. I mean, it's called daydreaming, but it was a day nightmare. That's what it was for me. I had a nightmare in the middle of the day. I remember that I was at the back of the store, like the last like 2 aisles, I think. I mean, again, I was at a different store today. It's a relatively small one. I was in the last 2 aisles, and I remember that I had a nightmare while being fully awake, completely just structured inside of my head, where my loved one cheated on me and, well, just left me without even a notice, without anything. And then I went through the desert, kind of like Nathan Drake did in Uncharted 3, while being completely just pumped to the brim with drugs so that I could, well, be numb to the pain. And it was so hazy, it was so all over the place, and I think when I was in that state, for a moment, time, like, I disconnected from, like, the place that I was in. That, like, I basically disconnected from my body, and I went completely just inside of my head. I completely disconnected, completely disconnected, and it was scary, and I was close, or I felt I had like that beginning phase of what felt like a panic attack. I was able to condemn that, so I did manage to work my shift all the way through without having to go home or something worse happening. That was scary. That was very scary. And I think what I can learn from that is, especially when, because again, there were quite a few factors that played into that whole, into this whole thing of me feeling the way I did. That's why I experienced what I did. I think one of the most important factors, because I slept terribly, because my parents were very loud throughout the night, and I heard them argue over something very briefly. It was just overall a bad night. It was a bad day, and I already woke up with a bad feeling inside of my chest. I think what I need to see, what I need to do, or what I can learn from this, is that just maybe I should keep my fingers away from social media whenever I'm feeling down. I think that is what I should do. Not talking about this, not talking about RDK, but I think I need to figure out a way of dealing with this fear, because that's a fear that I have. I think over time it will weaken. I mean, again, you gotta keep in mind, a lot of things happened in the past year, especially, and with all of those events, like, just piling up, and the way they piled up, and with all, like, one traumatic event happening after the next, and just, there's so much that happens, so many personas, so many personalities, just so much that happened within that time frame, so much that happens, and I think, all of that, well, contributed into why I have that fear now. And that's the next obstacle that I gotta tackle. That's the next thing that I gotta defeat. That's the next thing. Maybe that I won't be able to fully delete, but I need to find a way of handling them. And I think a good way of handling that is meant to be, it might sound very cliche, or it might sound very general, but to live in the moment. Because what do I have right now? I have a loving girlfriend that I love dearly and she loves me dearly back. I've just recently upgraded my setup. I am most likely going to be promoted. My parents are getting their treatment that they need, and am I really gonna let my mood be destroyed just because I'm seeing a meme on social media? Is that really what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna be unhappy because of unhappy people? I think that's how I need to see it. It was a bad day, yes. But it did show what I have to work on next. And I'm willing to fight it. I'm willing to give it what I need to give to it. I'm willing to do what I need to do. But yeah. With that being said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this couldn't be part 258 of the Godroom 3, but today I had to get this off my chest. Plus, again, it would have been one attempt, and I would much rather just spend 20 minutes explaining why, how I feel, what I learned. I feel like this was way more important. Way more important. This was the right choice. It's what I had to do. It's part of the growth progress. Because this stream is worth more than what some 10-hour streams can be worth, really. But yeah. I just had to get that off my chest. I want you guys to know that I'm growing. I want you guys to know what's going on. I want you guys to know how I feel. Because at the end of the day, it's all part of the journey, isn't it, man? It's all part of it. I'm gonna take care of the VODs now. I'm gonna hope that there's not gonna be a problem with the upload process again. But who the hell knows, really. I just want to thank all of you for being here. Thank all of you for being here on this journey. Supporting for me through my mistakes, through my successes. I don't even know if that's a word. I just want you guys to know that I'm grateful. I am grateful. And I want to improve. And I want to make this work. And I'm willing to give it what it takes. I've been doing that since day one. So, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure that most people are just going to watch this in the future. Or probably in the VOD channel, but I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you. I really do. I really, really do. So. No one's better than the original. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here, man. Thank you for listening to me just speaking my mind, speaking how I feel. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And shalom. Ciao.